Well, hello there. Sorry for being missing in action. I know you have not heard from me for months, maybe 2 or 3 months, but I'm back with this new, or should I say old, acquisition. So let's get to it and roll the intro. So I was on a quest to search for something on the smaller side. I've always wanted to add an Omega to the collection, but for many attempts I've tried the Seamaster, the Speedmaster, all of which were too big for my tiny 16cm wrist. So in the search of a tonne case watch, I came across this beauty. It's a vintage piece. This particular one dates back to, I think, about according to the serial number, is about 1966. So this is a 57-year-old watch as of this year, 2023. So some of you may see the resemblance in the modern Omega Globemaster, which still kind of flies under the radar. That is a much bigger watch, I think at about 39mm. I'm not too sure, I've got to check back, but it's much bigger than this one, and this suits my wrist just perfect. So besides this, I was actually considering the Hamilton khaki Feel Mechanical, but this popped up and I just had to have it. You can see the cream dial, vintage Omega logo on the dial and on the crown, as you can see here. So from my understanding, models before 1966 will come with this crown design with the old logo, and models after 1966 will come with a bit squarer, larger crown with the modern Omega logo on the crown, but with the vintage one still staying on the dial. So aside from the search for a more dressy, clean, aesthetic looking watch, I came across the Omega CK895. It's a beautiful watch with the sector dial, vintage Omega logo, great size. It's nice, but not 27,000 ringgit nice. So this only cost me about $1,000 US. So yeah, I can say it's a real bargain for this condition. A little history on this piece. It's designed by none other, the one, the only, Gerald Genta, who designed the Pi Pen Omega Constellation, which is the elder brother of this particular one. This is also called the C-shaped case. As you can see, the intention of it was to have 2 C's. Maybe that's because it's the second Constellation lineup of the Omega watch, so 2 C's. I don't know, that's just our guess. So this watch was first launched in 1964. While during the launch of this watch, the Pi Pen was still in production. And a fun fact that during that time, the Pi Pen actually sold more watches than the Rolex Datejust. So good job, Omega. Production run of this particular piece ran from 1964 to 1978, so that's 14 years of production for this model. So there's multiple variations from different dial, having it in gold plated, solid gold, linen dial, fluted bezel, and all kinds of different variations you can find. This particular piece is called the reference 168017. So this originally comes with a steel bracelet, but throughout the years I think that has been broken or thrown away. So it came with an aftermarket Omega strap, but I swapped it out because it looks kind of old, and this is actually a 20mm strap which I force fitted into this very irritating 19mm lug width. So friends saying I'm torturing the straps, as you can see the cracks in between, but I don't care, it fits the watch perfectly with the cream colored stitching, matches the dial, very nice, and the dark brown contrast with the white dial, light colors, just great. You can see the observatory on the case back. Overall condition is still really nice. So okay, without any further ado, let's get into the specs of this piece. As you can see, like most vintage watches, this comes with acrylic glass, acrylic crystal, so with any scratches can be easily polished off with Polywatch. This particular crystal is not the original. As you can see, there is no Omega logo etched on the center of the dial, of the crystal. So from my knowledge, all acrylic crystals for Omega will have that Omega logo etched on the center of it. But I don't really mind, because this is a very good condition, and the original crystal is probably very yellow and not very usable. But as you can see, the dial, it's really well kept. Only a slight patina on the 12 o'clock batons, and the rest is in really good condition. I can tell that the watch has been serviced and has been taken quite good care of by the previous owners, as you can still see the original finishing brush on the outer rims, the polished bevels, the sides, and the case back, with just very minimum wear and tear. And you can see, I won't open the movement now because I'm in open space, but as you can see from the pictures here, the movement itself, it's in great condition, probably serviced and overhauled by a professional watchmaker, and even after 57 years, it's still performing to the 50-hour power reserve which it was initially designed for. And this being chronometer certified, of course you won't expect exact chronometer performance. Is 57-year-old watch, but it's only running with a variance of 15 seconds, which is pretty amazing for this vintage piece. As you can see, the dial, hour markers are applied and painted black on the top. Same with the hour and minute hands. Constellation wording on the bottom, which is my preferred choice, because some models come with the word Constellation on the top. The lug to lug is about 40 millimeters. Diameter of the watch is 35, excluding the crown. Lug width is a very annoying 19 millimeters. So yep, good luck finding straps for this one. And thickness plus the acrylic, it's about 11 millimeters. So overall, very nice dimensions there. Classic toenail shaped case. Oh yeah, and a fun fact, you can see the picture here. The movement has a gooseneck, so regulating the watch precisely is very easy. I actually regulated it myself because it was running about a minute slow. So I've regulated it to run slow about 30 seconds, because that way it increased the power reserve from 50 hours to about 55 hours. So yeah. The movement ticks at a rather unusual 19,800 BPH. So yep, being Omega, they like to have their own way of hertz and counting the the beat. But this is a great sounding watch. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Let me try and put it on the mic. Yep, great stuff there. As you can see, it's an automatic movement. Screw down case back, non-screw down crown, hand wind, but no hacking seconds hand. First pull to set the time, and let me show you what does the second pull does. So this has a quick set date, meaning just pull it out to set the date. So today is the 20. Oh, what's the date today, dear? Oh, today is 28. 29. So there you go. Done. I can see how the date snaps into place. Starting from the 11 o'clock. precisely at 12. One thing to note about the crystal, there is actually an original model with the Cyclops, but the Cyclops, the way Omega does it is it sits under the crystal instead of on top, which is, I think, the best way of doing it, because I'm never really a fan of the Cyclops, especially when you can feel the bump and the way it collects dust around the edges. But as you can see, this is a really good design done well by Omega by having the Cyclops under the crystal. So if you can find the original version of this Constellation, that is quite a rare piece. But mine, as I said earlier, is not the original crystal. It's an aftermarket piece, which I plan to have it replaced as well. It's a small dink on the side, as you can see. But overall, this watch is in almost near pristine condition. So, in conclusion, if you're looking for something a bit more wearable, especially for those with a smaller wrist out there, I think this is a great option to go to. There's plenty of these still in the market. You can look on the second market, vintage dealers or collectors. Still quite a number of them in circulation. So, aside from great pricing, great wearability as opposed to many modern watches these days, it just exudes quality. I'm gonna sound like an old man saying this, but they really just don't make it like they used to. I mean, look at the logo, the finishing, and even the movement. Just a shame that this does not have a see-through case back. If not, I'll be wearing my watch backwards just to look at the movement. And overall, you can see why Omega is such a highly respected brand, and always compared as the direct competitor of Rolex. So if you ask me, I go with Omega anytime.
Sexy time.
Again, a big thank you for staying until this part of the video. Do hit the subscribe button if you like my content for more videos to come. Planning on doing a review of these beautiful Longines as well as comparison on one of the best divers out there we have. Cheers!